Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at the Sigma 24-105 art lens. This is the Canon mount version of that particular lens. They make it in various versions, Canon, Nikon, Sigma. I think that's pretty much it actually. I've got the Canon mount version and it is absolutely stonking. I love it to bits. It's a big lens. Now I haven't got a Canon body, so you might be wondering why I bought it. I actually have the Canon, the Sigma MC11 adapter. Now this adapter adapts it to the Sony E mount bodies. Now be aware there's two versions of this adapter. There's the Sigma mount version for Sigma lenses and there's the Canon version. I did actually buy the wrong version at one point, so I had to swap it out for the Canon version. So this is the Canon MC11 adapter, designed for Sigma lenses only, although apparently it does work with Canon lenses. But it's Sigma art lenses predominantly. That's the important thing to remember. So that goes onto there like that. And now I've got an absolutely outstanding lens for the Sony E-mount format. Sony full frame particularly. Now this lens here was a lot more cheaper than the Sony equivalent, but it is heavy. By heck, it is bloody heavy, and it kind of defeats the object of having a really compact body, because these bodies, this is the A7R2, these bodies are really compact, and they're quite lightweight. In fact, they're very lightweight. But this is the 42 megapixel A7R2, and I absolutely love it. I use it a lot. I use it for video and I use it for photography. But mount this lens on it, and by heck, you know you've got, oops, whoopsie, you know you've got some weight on that. Oh dear, don't you? But it's worth it. Let me tell you, it's worth every penny, because this lens works a treat. I've been outdoors, I've used it indoors, and it is a fantastic lens. It's got a lovely zoom ring, really feels good. It feels good in the hand. It's very responsive, is excellent. And then on the side here, you've got your optical image stabilization on and off, and you've got your autofocus switch there, manual focus, autofocus. Now, one of the only things, other than the weight of this lens, the only other downside I find is the focus ring when you're using manual focus is quite small around the lens, although it does give you a focus guide. So if you are marking your focus, you can actually see where your focus point is. And the nice thing with it isn't fly-by-wire focus. It doesn't appear to be, it might be, but it's a very accurate focus dial here, and it does work really well. So I don't think it is fly-by-wire focusing. I actually think it is the old-fashioned focus method. I'm not really sure, I'd have to double check that. This lens takes the most amazing images. I love it to bits. It is absolutely tag sharp. It is really nice and sharp. Right through from the 24mm right up to the 105 range. And you can see here in Lightroom, you can probably tell that I'm using Lightroom. You know, you take that full screen and then zoom in on that, you get a really, really, really tag sharp image right across the frame. I mean, I could blow that up even bigger and it would still be absolutely crisp sharp. I love that. It is excellent. Absolutely super. I mean, look at that. You know, you can see the eyeball is very, very nice. I mean, that is outstanding. That is, you know, sharpness that, well, only expensive lenses produce. So the weight of this camera is well worth it, even though, or weight of this lens is well worth it. For the sharpness and the contrast, the definition, absolutely gorgeous. It's the art range, as I say, and Sigma have really come on in leaps and bounds over the last 5 years. Prior to sort of that, they made run-of-the-mill lenses. I didn't really think Sigma lenses were some of the best, although back in 2008 I did take a lens to Australia with me, a 50-150, which when I used Nikon, yeah, a 50-150, and that was a nice lens as well. But these art lenses surpass any of the others, and they actually surpass a lot of the Canon and Nikon lenses, although I've not been able to test that because I don't have Canon and Nikon. But mounted onto this Sony body with the MC11 adapter, which is a great piece of kit from Sigma as well. The Sigma art lenses do support, when they're fitted to a Sony body via the MC11 adapter, they do support all the Sony native focusing formats, autofocus, focus points, as you can see here, and it's really snappy. You know, don't know if you can hear that, but it's snapping the focus quite happily, you know, at all the different focal ranges. Now, we're in low light here, it didn't even hunt very much at all then. So it will hunt a wee, it isn't, it's going straight in. So it's pretty fast. I mean, it could be argued a Sony native lens will be a wee bit faster, but I've tried it with autofocus, works an absolute treat. So yeah, overall this lens is awesome. Where it fails really, not a big issue for me, but where it fails is in video. I have noticed both this and my Sigma 18-35 art lens, when you're shooting video with it, in autofocus, and I don't know why it does it, in autofocus mode, it does hunt. It really does hunt. I'm going to persevere. I might be maybe I haven't got the settings right. I have updated the firmware on the lens using the USB dock, so I don't think it's that. But I'm going to persevere with it because there might be a logical reason as to why it's doing it, and I haven't worked that one out. Maybe it's a setting on the camera that I haven't got quite right yet. So I'm not recommending it for video in autofocus. If you're using manual focus and you're stood behind the camera, great, you'll get tag sharp results and you'll be superb. Of course, with me, I'm working solo, so I tend to rely on autofocus, and I don't think I wouldn't rely on autofocus with this particular lens unless I'm behind it. So unless I'm behind the camera and I can see what the actual camera's doing or the lens is doing. I came across that with the 18-35, that hunted. This is a DG mount lens, so it is designed for the full frame system cameras. I've used it on my A6500. I've also tried it on my little Babby 5100. It works absolutely fine, but you've got that crop factor, so you have to take that into account. So there we go. That's my initial thoughts on the Sigma 24-105, a lot more cost effective than the Sony 24-105. Really, really nice lens, albeit quite a heavy lens. You'll know that you've got that round your neck after even half a day, but it's well worth it because the results it produces are outstanding, photographically anyway, and video wise they're outstanding as long as you use manual focus, although the focus ring is a little bit awkward. But yeah, fantastic lens. I do hope you enjoy my reviews. I enjoy doing them. Please subscribe and hit the like button if you do, and tell all your friends. Thanks very much for watching, and keep your eyes out for the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.